I think right now the Democratic primary is kind of like, those fifth grade student council elections where the kids are promising like Domino's pizza for lunch, lemonade in the water, in the water fountains, anything go. That's what this plan is. Bernie's kind of turned this thing up to 11. And so he wants to cancel all the student debt, including for those Wall Street bankers who have student debt. This is really a solution in search of a problem. To the extent that there is a problem with student debt, it's really on the low end. So why not have a targeted plan to maybe help those people who are really folks with maybe $5,000 or $10,000 in debt? They went to college, didn't complete. That's where the problem is. Anything beyond that is really ideology, which is what Bernie said in that speech, that this is about making college free for all. It's a human right. It's really not about solving a particular problem.
Ben, do you, at face value, do you think that that Senator Sanders' plan makes sense?
I mean, I think it's absolutely crucial that we have some form of debt cancellation on the table because our college financing system is irreparably broken. The original idea of a student loan was really a financing tool for sort of middle or upper middle income families. And today, a majority of people who borrow a loan also at some point receive a Pell Grant, meaning they're among the lowest income people in college. And so what we're seeing is when you force debt onto those individuals, you end up with really bad repayment outcomes. Yes, we have major struggles with those on the low end where we've got, 1 million people defaulting on a student loan each year and a minority of borrowers actually able to pay down at least $1 of principal within 3 years. But we also have very real equity challenges when you deal with even people who got bachelor's degrees. One of the things we see is that a Black or African American individual who gets a bachelor's degree still has a default rate 4 times higher than a white peer, as well as the fact that the typical Black or African American borrower has made no progress repaying their loan 12 years after entering college. And so you can't just do a narrow targeting thing on the low end because we have problems that really go everywhere.
Ben, but just at Center for American Progress, there's a lot. Society has a lot of problems, and we're seeing a lot of programs, with 22 or 23 candidates all trying to rise to the top, obviously. But a lot of promises are being made. Even at the Center for American Progress, I figure you go along with a lot of these. But does it get past the point of let's just have the discussion to where you actually think Medicare for all, free college for all, free child care, free? Do you see that this is not possible? And do you think that some of the candidates actually know in their hearts that this is not possible?
Well, I think the discussion is about, we need big investments in the middle income in this country and for the low income. And the question becomes, where do you think that money is best spent? That's a different debate from whether or not we should take, a couple $1 trillion from Wall Street and spend it on student loans versus should we take a couple $1 trillion on Wall Street and spend it elsewhere? I mean, in a world where we had a Tax Cut and Jobs Act passed with just a simple majority in the Senate, you can achieve something. You can free up potentially trillions of dollars. And the question then becomes, what's the better way to spend that? Is it student loans or somewhere else?
To be clear, if Ben was given $1.6 or $2 trillion to spend, he would not spend it on this plan. He would not spend it on a plan to eliminate the student debt of people who are easily affording the student debt, who may be actually quite well off. If we have a problem in this country is we're spending too much money on wealthy people, and that's what Bernie Sanders would do. Maybe we need a better class of socialists in this country.